Hello Taurus, how's it going? Thank you so much for checking out my channel here at Reflexive Moon Tarot. My name is Sarah and I will be hosting this reading for you happening for the new moon in Cancer. So the new moon in Cancer is a great time for rejuvenation. We got a new lunar phase and we're under the sign of Cancer. Cancer is really like a hard shell, soft interior, literally. They can be a little bit clingy, they can be a little bit cranky, they can also be, yeah, that can go in so many different ways. So you may want to look that up a little bit with this very powerful energy at this time, because it's also Cancer season. The sun's in Cancer, and so like the sun and the moon are conjunct each other, and everybody's in Cancer. So yeah, it can be a very powerful and like clingy type of energy, but also a bit of a solitude type of energy too. Cancers really just kind of go solo quite a bit. They have a lot of powerful love, like maternal instinct type of love as well, Cancers. So when that gets thrown out the window, it can be a little bit psychotic, to say the least. But that doesn't mean that, that's the case for all Cancers. There's so many amazing, warm, loving Cancers out there that are so fun and awesome to be around. So I got this really awesome deck called the Zammer Twins. It's my newest oracle, and I wanted to use it for the public reads. I'm going to also be using Mildred's Secret Pocket Oracle. Wow, I almost dropped that whole thing. And also the Deviant Moon Paradoxical Edition. So we got lots of Deviant Moon decks out tonight for the darkness of the moon, the dark side of the moon. And there was a couple of other things I wanted to mention. Oh yeah, check out my Instagram. I have some cute little posts about different movie characters that are Cancers, like Jason and I think Anna from Frozen. So lots of fun facts about Cancer. All right. Oh, it's matrimony. So matrimony, I'm guessing, is just as it is. We're talking about a marriage. It's also a contract. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like about romantic commitment. I would say that it can be about any type of contract, but let's have a closer look here, as I'm not 100% familiar with all the cards yet. It's about unity and alliance and agreements. So yes, contracts, treaties. This could be also the idea of opposites coming together. It doesn't have to be masculine and feminine. It's not gender specific at all. But this is about who you want to devote yourself to, who you want to dedicate yourself to. It could also be an ideal, like when you think, a more, I guess, extreme version would be being like a nun or a monk, like how you're devoting yourself, what you're devoting yourself to. And it's very transitional as well, this commitment. It's like it marks a moment that is going to continue on in a new way. And let's see what Mildred's got to say about that. Time. So this new commitment looks like it's going to stand the test of time on some level. But I would say, to be very realistic about it, Cancer, time does have a tendency to run out, expire. There sometimes is an expiration date. So just always be, don't try to put too much pressure on a person about time, like happily ever after, forever and ever, amen kind of shit. It's not hot. It's kind of like, it's kind of a killjoy, to be quite honest. So just don't think about it too much. And also, like when you think about aging, right? Sometimes this can mean that things might be getting, oh Lord, that cat is just on one. Hey, no, no. She's got something to say about you guys. So time, might be passing you by, and are you going to spend your life or waste it away on somebody that isn't really holding up their end of a bargain, or that you're just not really happy with? So think about that as well. Always something good to think about. Like I said, things sometimes do expire, and that is okay. You don't want to just keep the expired yogurt in the fridge because, I don't know, like it's expired. You throw it out, you move on. Okay, enough about that. Okay, Taurus. All right, Aries got this as well. So we have the 10 of Wands. It is time to let something go. This could be a job. This could be something that you've been working on to try to make money. You may be repurposing some of these things on some level, but there's just something that you're moving on from, and this involves having to repurpose, reschedule, come up with some new shit. Basically, just put it all aside so that we can finish this cycle of that was a lot of it was great, a lot of it worked, some of it didn't work, and we're putting it down so that we can make some space for some new ideas and new projects. That is the goal when it comes to the 10 of Wands. So that's at the core of your concern right now. Idea. What's the next idea? That is what the Empress is asking us. Maybe you already know. But, you could also just be in a position where it looks like you need to shit or get off the pot. And just go with the idea that you've got. Take that risk. It is fully within your capacity to allow this idea to grow. Like, you're all about, this Empress energy is all about growth. It's also about being happy and pleased with what it is that you're doing. Totoro, that's enough. She's scheduled to be fixed. Trust me. It's happening. Please don't judge me. We have the 9 of Swords. So overlooking the situation. It's almost like you might have so much going on that you're unable to sort of like protect it all, or you might be selling yourself short when it comes to like having a lot going on for you, a lot of transferable skills, and a lot of room for growth. So like, don't hold on in vain to what it is that you're doing, and also honor your experiences that you've had, and even like failures, if that's what's happening for you, Cancer. Failures also turn into lessons. They're valuable experiences that we add to our little tool belt that fuels or informs our skill set. It can be a pain. It may feel like a pain in the ass, but it isn't. Letting go of things and honoring, the fact that you're a veteran, or maybe you aren't a veteran. Maybe you're a novice, and you just need to find a little bit more humility on some level. But there is something that you're really resisting to change. Like, you're resisting change right now. It's not healthy. There's like some thing that you're holding on to that you just don't want to let go of for whatever reason. Could be like because you're being sort of a bit hoardy and attached to attached to things. It could also be that, I don't know, like I'm just feeling like it's about, like there's just like a creepiness almost. I don't know what you're into, Cancer. Maybe just like you like creeping people. Are you a kind of a creeper when it comes, like, do you like to get up in people's business? Anyways, that's not my business. I'm not interested. And please stay out of my business. It's not really that exciting anyways. We got the Emperor, so you're going to figure out a new system. A new system that works for you, that keeps your demons in check. Not to confuse demons with shadow. Shadow is a part of you. Demons are like the bullshit that you subscribe to. So part of it is, I would say, keeping the shadow aspects of yourself in check. But we need to also like embrace the darkness within us. That doesn't mean that we need to do dark things. It just means that we need to acknowledge that that darkness is there and live with it. Easier said than done, but also sometimes like people get that shit done, no problem. And we have the Nine of Cups. So wishes have been granted. People see that your wishes have been granted. You might be very successful, but you have all the reason to celebrate. And sometimes that also can be like a little bit overzealous, or it's almost like you're over consuming. It's a little bit gluttonous, like you're kind of like basking in your gloriousness on some level. And that's okay. That's great to do that for a little while, you know, that YOLO kind of approach to life. You only live once. Why not enjoy it to the fullest, especially while you're young? Like, enjoy those youthful years. That is sound advice. However, if you are resisting this change that needs to happen, like there comes a point where you kind of need to graduate a little bit from like Girls Gone Wild, because Girls Gone Wild Cougar Edition is not hot. I'm telling you that right now. It is ugly. Don't do it. Not to say that you can't have fun when you're older. Like, that's also bullshit. Life is not that boring. You can have an amazing time when you're older, but there just comes a point where like balance, you need to bring balance to the force, right? And shadow work is a really great way to do it. Embracing your inner Darth Vader, right? Anakin Skywalker did bring balance to the force. It's real. Page of Cups. So, okay. People see that you are really, I'm not, like, I don't know why trash came to my mind, but sometimes you appear trashy. Maybe you, maybe Taurus, you could be a drama queen a little bit. Yeah, or like you just really allow your emotions to get in the way. You have a hard time communicating your emotions effectively, and that can go both ways. Like you could be overly emotional. It's like you catch feelings too quickly, or you just maybe you're just even like emotionally not interested and acting like you are. That's definitely emotionally manipulative. But you're also like, when you're a page doing this kind of shit, it usually means that you are not that good at it. So, yeah, it's like there's no new news under the sun when it comes to you. So, okay. This could also be, I'm feeling like if this isn't you, this is somebody within your environment that you're dealing with who is a young person. Because this is or you are a very young person. And just remember, this is for 18 plus, okay? You might be dealing with a very young person. You might have like an older child, like a teenager, 18 to 25, and you're just might be fed up with how they are behaving. So if this is you, it's sort of in a spot where, you know, it's the way that others see you, it's the way that you appear within your environment, and it does not for 1 second speak to who you are or how you actually are or how you want to be. So there is definitely something that you need to deal with in terms of somebody else's emotional immaturity or with your emotional immaturity. And if we're dealing with like this change, if we're dealing with moving on to set new goals so that we can better ourselves, there might be some codependency within your workspace or with the way that you like you just might be extremely anxious when it comes to the things that you need to move on from. And that's okay. You just got to deal with your anxiety. It can be just that. Okay. So we have the 8 of Swords. You do see that there's a way out. So you have hope. And that is magical. Critical hope is what gets us through. It's that little reserve, that little glimmer that keeps us moving forward when we feel like there is, like we got nothing left to lose. So mentally, despite having this, you know, this a very lack of emotions, or just you're like way deep into your so deep into your emotions, it's limiting your progress. You see that there is a way out, and that is probably going to be involving a lot of sitting with your emotions, of feeling them, getting through them, learning how to tolerate them as well. Growth is all about tolerance, and the time is now. The time is right for you. It's like you're living in the now. This is it. We got the Wheel of Fortune. You're literally like, this is your destiny. And I don't know if it's like marriage or if, you know, you're running out of time, but you either are like you're exactly where you need to be in your life. This is you. This is it. Maybe you finally found someone. This is it. Oh, I finally found someone. Am I dating myself? Perhaps. Okay, let's see. So, work-wise, yeah, it could be time to move on from work. And time to move on from work. And I'm blanking out on the 7 of Cups. Making a decision on what you want to focus on. So in order to move away from this toxic work situation or this toxic, or whatever you're doing that's blocking your skill development or your networking, or manifesting money, like dealing with other people, that is like involved with how you interact with others, you need to focus on the things and picking one at a time and not doing too much, or you're going to end up with like this asshole coming through again. And like when we're multitasking or when we've got too much on our plate, like this cycle of like taking on more than we can handle, that's, you know, very much linked to trauma, our sense of worth or lack thereof. Like it really impacts the morale in the workplace. It impacts the way that others see us and our ability to function. So, and then that just kind of spirals out, and then we are unable to, you know, create opportunities for ourselves where we have made good relationships, good references, and it impacts our ability to move on to different things and have other people to be able to vouch for us and speak for us. So these are the things that you need to consider. These are the things that you're going to sort of be up against. And it's a lot. Don't be too hard on yourself. I'm getting that is big. Don't be too hard on yourself. And, you know, change will come. Sometimes change comes whether you like it or not. Sometimes also we just never change and we stay the same, and we kind of get stuck in the same, daily grind. We don't change how we are. Also perfectly okay. Also perfectly okay. So, it is what it is. You may struggle with figuring out intuitively the decision that you want to make. Don't waste too much time. And make sure that your intentions are proper. So being really honest with yourself, it's going to be a bit of a struggle for you, and dealing with people who may have ill intentions towards you as well is something that you may find yourself up against. But now is the time. Now is the time. And don't isolate yourself too much, I would say. Put yourself out there, take some risks, because YOLO, you only live once, right? Anyways, Taurus, if this message resonates, please do hit that like and subscribe, and also do the same if it doesn't. I really appreciate all of the support, and we will catch you next time. Take care and bye for now.